Hytale was supposed to be the next big sandbox game. When it was first revealed, it looked like a Minecraft-style adventure game with deeper combat, RPG systems, and limitless modding potential, and almost overnight, the hype exploded. But what started as a dream project slowly turned into one of the most complicated development stories in modern gaming history. Years went by, updates became rare, communication slowed to a crawl, and eventually a lot of people started asking the same question: was Hytale ever coming out? Then in late 2025, something happened that completely changed the conversation, and almost nobody saw it coming. In this video, we're breaking down the full story of Hytale, how it started, where things went wrong, and what the future of the game really looks like now. Hytale was revealed on December 13th, 2018, and almost instantly, the internet lit up. The reveal trailer spread like wildfire across YouTube, racking up millions of views in a matter of days. At first glance, Hytale looked familiar: a block-based world, creative freedom, and a visual style that clearly drew inspiration from Minecraft. But it quickly became clear this wasn't just another sandbox clone. Hytale was being pitched as something far more ambitious. Not just a sandbox, but a full-scale RPG adventure. The developers promised a world built around deep exploration, featuring handcrafted biomes filled with secrets, enemies, and stories to uncover, a structured narrative complete with lore, progression, and purpose. Something Minecraft itself had never really fully attempted. On top of that, Hytale aimed to support community-run multiplayer servers, allowing players to create entire game modes of their own. It would ship with powerful built-in modding tools designed to be accessible for beginners but deep enough for experienced developers to have fun with them. And for builders, a creative mode that went far beyond placing blocks, with advanced tools, scripting, and customization baked directly into the game. All of this was coming from Hypixel Studios, a team already legendary for running the largest and most successful Minecraft server in the world. Almost overnight, expectations skyrocketed. To many players, Hytale didn't just look like a new game, it looked like the future of sandbox gaming altogether. After the trailer, updates on Hytale's development came almost exclusively through the official blog posts released by the team. Each post peeled back the curtain just a little bit more for fans, showcasing new creatures, evolving world generation, early combat mechanics, glimpses into the game's story, and the powerful modding tools being built alongside the core game. And every time a blog post dropped, the hype came roaring back. Fans dissected every screenshot, every paragraph, and every vague hint hidden between the lines. Especially because one crucial detail was always missing. There was no release date. Weeks turned into months, months turned into years. Over time, the blog posts began to slow. The excitement that once fueled the community slowly gave way to questions and then to concern. What was once unshakable hype began to feel uncertain. Behind the scenes, the reality was far more complicated. The scope of Hytale was growing, not just as a game, but as a platform. New systems were being added, old ones were being reworked, ambitions continued to expand far beyond the original vision. And with that growing ambition came growing challenges that would eventually reshape Hytale's entire development journey. As development continued, Hytale began to expand far beyond its original vision. More systems were added, more features were planned. With every new idea, expectations grew even higher. What started as an ambitious sandbox slowly evolved into something much larger and much harder to manage. Eventually, the project reached a breaking point. Progress began to slow dramatically. In later statements, the developers would admit that the game had simply grown too big. Critical decisions to rein in the scope weren't made early enough, and as a result, development became increasingly complex and difficult to steer. Momentum was lost. From the outside, updates became rare, communication slowed, and without a release window or even a clear sense of direction, the silence grew louder. For many fans, it started to feel like Hytale was stuck in development limbo. As for a long time, there was no clear indication of when or if Hytale would ever be released. On April 16, 2025, Riot Games announced the acquisition of Hypixel Studios. It was a moment that instantly reshaped the project's future. Riot had already been involved with Hypixel Studios for years, but this announcement marked a definitive shift. Some fans, it sounded like salvation, the backing of a massive publisher with the resources to finally push Hytale. But to others, it felt like a warning. Behind the scenes, uncertainty was growing. Communication slowed even further, and speculation ran wild. For stretches of the time, it appeared that active development had all but stopped. For much of the community, this felt like the beginning of the end. For others, it was still a sign of hope, a belief that Riot could step in and fix what years of ambition had broken. That hope wouldn't last long. On June 23, 2025, the fears of the community were confirmed. Hytale has officially been cancelled. On November 17, 2025, Simon Hypixel made a public announcement that sent shockwaves through the community. Hytale had been saved. Simon confirmed that he had acquired the rights to Hytale from Riot Games, bringing the project back under independent control. After months of silence and official cancellation, the impossible had happened. For fans who had followed Hytale since 2018, through years of hype, delays, doubt, and disappointment, this moment felt unreal. Social media exploded, old trailers resurfaced, communities that had gone quiet suddenly came back to life. Hytale wasn't dead. It hadn't been forgotten, and it hadn't been abandoned. Against all odds, the game that was once promised to redefine sandbox RPGs was back from the dead, with its original vision restored and its future once again in the hands of the people who started it all. Hytale, it wasn't over. It was coming back. Simon and the Hytale team began addressing the most important question of all. What did this actually mean for the game moving forward? On December 4th, 2025, Simon responded to a post on Twitter offering one of the clearest explanations the community had received in years. He confirmed that all existing lore and story had been reset or placed on hold for review. He clarified what that didn't mean. Resetting didn't mean deleting everything. It didn't mean the world of Hytale was being wiped clean. It didn't mean years of creative work were being thrown away. Instead, the goal was to reevaluate what truly fit the future of the game. Rather than forcing old ideas into a new development direction, the team chose to slow down and reassess. In December 2025, Hytale made another move, one that flew under the radar for some, but spoke volumes for those paying close attention. The team officially launched the Support a Creator program. This was a smart move because it signaled a long-term confidence in the game and its community, rewarding creators who had kept Hytale's relevancy during the years of silence. More importantly, it showed the developers were investing in an ecosystem around the game, not just launching a product, but building momentum, visibility, and trust before early access even began. On December 13th, 2025, exactly 7 years after the original reveal trailer, pre-orders officially opened. The date wasn't accidental, it was a deliberate callback and a signal that Hytale's story was continuing, not restarting. Around the same time, players were given the ability to claim usernames directly on the Hytale website, securing their identities before launch. A small feature on paper, but one that only makes sense when a release is actually being prepared. The team also publicly revealed system requirements, giving players their first real sense of what hardware the game was targeting, and confirming that optimization and accessibility were now active priorities. And for the first time ever, gameplay footage of the character creator was shown, not a cinematic, not a mock-up, real footage, real systems running in-game. These weren't vague promises anymore, these were once concrete steps toward launch. For a project once defined by silence and uncertainty, this marked a dramatic shift. Hytale was no longer talking about what it could be someday, it was showing what it was becoming right now. After years of doubt, delays, and near extinction, Hytale wasn't just alive, it was finally moving forward. Hytale will launch with multiple editions designed to appeal to different types of players. Standard Edition, priced at $19.99, serves as the entry point, making the game as accessible to anyone curious about Hytale's world and system. For those who want to support the project further, there's a Supporter Edition at $34.99, offering additional bonuses while still keeping the core experience intact. At the top end is the Cursebreaker Edition, priced at $69.99. A premium option aimed at the most dedicated fans who want to invest deeply in the game's future. After years of hype, silence, cancellation, and unexpected comeback, Hytale's journey has been anything but normal. What began as an ambitious dream in 2018 has turned into a more grounded, carefully rebuilt game, one shaped by hard lessons, community feedback, and a focus on long-term sustainability. With early access launching on January 13th, Hytale finally moves from promises to reality. For the first time ever, players will be able to step into the world themselves and see what this new chapter truly holds. Now I want to ask you, what are you most excited to try in Hytale? Is it the exploration, the modding, the multiplayer, or something else? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for listening and have a good one.